Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams.
And I'm the LeaderMan's hectored sidekick, Matt Horsey. Quick, get outside, enjoy the summer morning we got going on here. Or you can also text me. Text me your tips, thoughts, corrections, opinions at 690, not that we make a mistake, but once in a while maybe, 690-0116, 690-0116.
And don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you at talk973.com. One click and you're watching. If you're on a mobile device, we suggest the TuneIn app. The YouTube app. Can't remember sometimes. YouTube app, put Mornings with the LeaderMan into that program, and we'll pop right up there at the top. If you're on a mobile device, just need audio, then you draw up the TuneIn app and put WEEB into that search, and we'll be at the top. And if you're on our website, just needing audio, that little icon's in the upper right-hand corner at talk973.com. One click and you're watching right there where it says Listen Live. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area might not be as big a washout as you might think. But anyway, look for mostly cloudy skies, chance of rain off and on today, mostly in the afternoon and tonight. But it doesn't mean it can't rain at any time. Look for a high today of 73. Then tonight, rain surely. Look for a low of rain for sure. A low of 46. Tomorrow, rain's gone. A little more seasonable temperatures. 73 today. Partly cloudy tomorrow. High of 50. Partly cloudy tomorrow night. 25 for a low. So get that hose off of your outside faucet. It will freeze it. Partly cloudy Sunday with a high of 40. Monday, 41. 46 Tuesday. 37 Wednesday and 40 Thursday, but no chance of rain or anything frozen throughout that period. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are south at 10, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure 2991, dew point at 66, humidity 97, it's cloudy 67 right now here at Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is, by the way, good news for us. WEEB yesterday was granted a license for 104.1 in Carthage. That is call sign W221BZ. That's the official call sign. You'll still know it as WEEB, but it'll be operating, I don't know, got to get a lot of equipment in here now and then get it up the tower and then get the signal there. It'll take a few months, but we're at least we got the hard part done. We have the construction permit in order to do it.
Woohoo!
So anyway, just thought I'd let you know. You're the first I haven't told a soul that until now.
I learned it when you did.
Came in late yesterday with the engineer sent it to me. Then the FCC sent it to me. Then the FCC lawyer sent it to me. So I was well informed. Sitting here looking at the license. It's a geek thing. What can I say?
Obviously, the studio audience here is excited about it.
Yeah. But anyway, this will allow us to put a better signal into Carthage. It just will be on 104.1. 97.3 will stay just like it is. No change in that. 990 AM. No change in that. It will stay just like it is. The only thing that will change is we'll be adding an FM frequency. And this one will be kind of a boomer because we'll be at 400 feet. And if we can work out a deal with the tower company, now that they know they got me. But it will be non-directional. The one we have now is directional. So that's why sometimes you get to what they call an inversion as you head toward Aberdeen or Hoke County in that direction, you get inversion and you get a little interference because we have to protect that direction because of another station on 97.3. But we won't have that problem with this one. It will be full power in all directions.
Cool. We've got some text from congratulating listeners, Steve.
Well, good.
Now, what does that mean? How far do you think that'll go? If we're at 400 feet and...
Should go to Robbins, Seven Lakes. We'll cover Seven Lakes well. West End. West End, you can get us there, but it's a little spotty like that.
Yeah.
But this should blanket it in there pretty heavy and cover the northern part of our county.
Oh, that's great.
Well, so it'll stick the rest of Moore County under the signal. So you'll be able to get us on 97.3 or 104.1. All right, it is, I just got the cost of transmitters. Zowie. Boy, are they expensive. But that's my problem. All right, 7:33 past the hour. Let's do morning sound bites this morning. Hans Struber has an amazing new audio workout. There are no visuals to distract or discourage you, just Hans berating you until you're no longer a blimp. Here's a sample.
Are you overweight? Are you disgusting? Are you a pathetic girth of a human? Then you need me for the new year, Hans Struber, and my amazing new audio workout. I'm sure by now you've seen that girly man on TV selling his workout where he's tanned and bulging with steroid muscles. Phooey! That stuff is for wimps, not for you. And with my amazing audio workout, there's no video for you to stare at. No fantastic bodies and in-shape people to get you discouraged. Only me shouting encouraging messages to you like, get off your lazy butt and do some push-ups. Give me 20 sit-ups, you cow. Put down that ice cream, you pig. See, if that doesn't make you want to lose weight, nothing will. You'll be dropping pounds faster than the tears rolling down your cheeks. So order my audio workout today. I guarantee it. Or some of your money back, you blimp.
He sounds remarkably like Kim Jong-un, doesn't he?
A little bit. Let's see. Today it's January 12th. And if you're still holding on to your Christmas tree, it's time to follow these trusty tree removal tips from our expert here.
Attention Americans who celebrate Christmas. Now that the big day is weeks behind us, it's time to consider giving your trusty evergreen fire hazard, aka your Christmas tree, the old heave-ho. Before you do though, make sure the proper conditions for removal exist. Are there more than 12 to 15 pine needles present? If so, hold your horses. That baby still has another 2 to 3 weeks of life in it. If not, proceed with the combustibility test. Try breathing on one of the branches. If the mere warmth of your breath causes one or more of the bone-dry branches to burst into a fiery hell, congratulations! It's time to dump that death trap by the side of the road, thus freeing yourself from the pain and aggravation of having a freaking tree in your living room for yet another year. Merry post-Christmas, America.
And if you just waited too long to get rid of your Christmas tree and you know they're no longer picking it up by the roadside, well, you might want to try this new tree removal service.
Christmas is over, but your Christmas tree's still up. Messy. Pine needles everywhere. It's nasty. You want it gone? You need to call Tree Be Gone. We'll come over, hook a chain around the bottom, attach it to our pickup hitch, drag that sucker out, driving it down the highway till nothing's left of it except a trail of pine needles and a long pointy stick. Yeah, and then we'll take that long pointy stick and make fences out of it. Fences out of it. Tree Be Gone. Christmas tree removal. And Pointy Stick Fence Company. Who said two redneck meth heads couldn't start a business in 2013? Yeah, Tree Be Gone. We'll see you down the road.
All right, just another opportunity for you. Now, everybody on YouTube, not everybody, but a lot of people up there to try to get their 15 minutes of fame and catch something viral. Well, a girl on YouTube figured out how to do it. And she figured out a way to write out a math equation so that the pencil sounds like the Imperial March from Star Wars. as she's writing. Here's the audio of it. I said, here's the audio of it. All right, this exciting moment, of course, has been brought to you by nobody. There's a crazy video that's been going around of a Prius being carried down the street in the middle.
The actual song?
Do what?
Want to hear the actual song?
No, we all know the song. There's in fact, we already heard it just a moment ago on your phone. There's a crazy video that's been going around of a Prius being carried down the street in the middle of a mudslide. Matt drives a Prius. He'll be happy to know that his Prius has proven to be able to withstand a mudslide, since we have so many of those around here. It happened in Burbank, California on Tuesday morning. The driver's name is Desani Franklin, and he talked about it to a local news agency yesterday. This is from KTLA-LA.
Pulling my shirt, nearly off. She's screaming, top of her lungs. We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. Let's go, 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 go faster. Nothing I could do. It was like a torrent of water and boulders and rocks and mud. They're saying the basin up on top of the hill may not hold, so they evacuate everybody. When I got halfway down the hill, I just felt this burst of water. Now, what's not shown in the fire department video is after we hit that corner, was when the car hydroplaned all the way down the hill. I had no steering, no brakes or anything. Right before the river goes into the runoff creek, I got traction and was able to go up the hill and get out of there.
Yeah, then he joked about it on Instagram.
Man, look at California. That's a street. The rumblings of the high tide symbolize global warming.
Some people think they are really popular. Okay. What else we got? An 8-year-old girl in Massachusetts just came back to school after missing 15 months because she was battling leukemia. And the local police organized a huge crowd of people to welcome her back. The girl had been afraid everyone would have forgotten who she was. Her name is Bridget Kelly, and the police held up a sign saying Bridget the Brave as she came up the sidewalk. Her dad, Dan, is in the clip along with Sergeant Karen Barkis of the Quincy Police Department.
As soon as we opened the door, we saw a police car parked outside, and, there were a few neighbors holding up signs, and then as we got closer to the school, we saw a huge crowd of everyone holding up big signs, and it was just awesome.
I said, Bridget, what do you think about this? And she said, this is awesome.
It was really exciting to see her so happy and so excited.
One big thing early in her hospital stay that she mentioned to me was like, oh, I hope nobody forgets me while I'm in the hospital. And 15 months later, she has a parade thrown in her honor for her first day back at school, and I'm just unbelievably proud of her.
She had a huge smile on her face, which was great to see. It's a good start to a new year.
It was really cool.
Well, Trump yesterday made a comment I'm sure even he regrets saying, but it was said in private, of course, then immediately leaked out to the press. And Don Lemon reported to President Trump's, responded to President Trump's offensive comment about Haiti and Africa last night on CNN. He was not amused, like we care what Don Lemon thinks, but we're going to let him embarrass himself here. He started off by saying, quote, well, we'll let Don talk to himself.
The President of the United States is racist. A lot of us already knew that.
Oh, he's the expert. Yes, he's the expert on what's racist and what's not, simply because he's an African American.
Today, President Trump, talking with lawmakers in the Oval Office about immigrants from Haiti, from El Salvador, and Africa, said, and I quote, why are we having all these people from whole countries come here? But you know who he did say he would welcome here? he said the U.S. should bring in more people from countries like Norway. And CNN is told that he went on to say, why do we need more Haitians? Take them out. Those comments are frankly disgusting. There's other language I'd like to use, but we are on television.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's a little fact for you, Donnie. Of the Haitians and those from Central America and those that have come into this country illegally, 73% get a government check every month. And you know what? I'm a little tired of it. It is time to put America first. It is time for people to come in here legally so that we know that they can contribute to our society and that they can assimilate with us in a positive way and not just open the borders and say, come one, come all, come pick up your check and stay. You know, you get to the point where you want to say, when's it my turn? When's it my turn? Why do they get all the money and I get to pay for it? And they come here and wave their green, white, and red flag at us in the streets of America and claim they want to stay. Of course, that's the Mexican flag they're waving. And I get a little tired of it being rubbed in my face. This is our country. And there's nothing wrong with being an American, a legal American. And there are millions who have come here and as immigrants. We allow about 300,000 immigrants a year in legally. And it's time that everybody play by the same rules because I get a little tired of they sneak in and then the first thing they do is go jump on my payroll and your payroll and you get to pay for it. But that was the new stat that just came out from the Department of Immigration of how many people are from Latino descent. It's 73% go straight for the government check. Asian immigrants, 17% are getting it. Now, to be fair, 33% of Americans get a government check. And it's been said, was it you that told me? No, it was somebody else told me. Out in California, if they didn't have all the illegal immigrants there, they wouldn't have a need for that 13% state income tax. But if they're willing to pay for it out of their pocket, knock themselves out. But the other thing is it prohibits a lot of other people from being able to go there legally, like Americans, because it just becomes cost prohibitive because of all the taxes. Just saying, Donnie boy. Chris Cuomo's commentary on CNN about Trump's comment.
And the White House isn't even trying to hide it anymore. CNN was told by a staffer that the base will agree with this latest slur like they did with the NFL player stuff. Think about that. Now, the big question, how to respond. And remember, President Trump is the kind of man who feels the need to tell you this.
I am the least racist person that you have ever met. I am the least racist person.
He's so nice, he says it twice. He said today to the Wall Street Journal, he knows wedges like no one who has ever lived. And indeed, he is driving one into the American people. Us and them. Whole immigrant and real American. Christian and Muslim. Just cross out the words at the foot of the Statue of Liberty. Put a big Trump sign there that says, Norwegians welcome. Please send photo first. You know, it'd be funny if it weren't so damn depressing.
Yeah, seems like CNN's the one going racist on it, aren't they?
Yes.
They're the one to divide the country, just like Obama did for 8 years, went racist one day after day after day, dividing this country. Not only in the haves and have-nots, but also the different races that we are, and driving the wedge there. Because that's what keeps those Democrats elected and keeps their constituents in line. They just throw the race card and say, he's racist, and we're not. Right. Oh, and yesterday, CNN just could not. They just couldn't contain themselves. They just had to do that S-hole thing all over the place yesterday. One post after another. Listen to it. CNN, you're such a proud network at the bottom of the ratings.
Why are we having all these people from hole countries come here?
As a hole, as living in
calling those countries holes.
Why are we having all these people from hole countries come as an S-hole or hole is what the word that the Washington Post is quoting the president as saying.
Mm-hmm. Yep, CNN just couldn't wait for that one, could they? Wolf Blitzer, he was one of the worst. You've heard enough of that. I don't need to play anymore. Ellen talked about the mudslides in California on her show yesterday. She got emotional when she tried to talk about all the damage. 17 people have been reportedly killed so far, and some of them still missing.
Sunday night, Portia and I got a call that we're under mandatory evacuation again with most of the community of Montecito. So again, we evacuated because they feared mudslides. And after everything we've been through, I think a lot of people thought they were just being overly cautious. But exactly what they feared happened. The rain triggered massive mudslides. Because of the fires, the trees had no roots to hold the hillside. So the just boulders were coming down. Just neighborhoods were just completely wiped out. Mud took everything with it. It took houses off their foundation. And there are families missing. There are people who are missing family members. They're finding people and bodies. And I mean, you hear the word mudslide and you have no idea the impact that it has. But after the largest fire in California history, it's catastrophic.
Might point out that Montecito is in the have you ever been there?
I don't know. Probably driven through it.
Very, very ritzy place, part of California. It's where the ultra elite live, including Oprah. And Oprah talked with Ellen on her show yesterday about the mudslide near her house in Montecito, California.
Sunday night, you're getting home from the Golden Globes, winning this amazing award, and then what happens for you?
So the dogs were barking. I wake up, and I can't believe that the sky seems like it's on fire. It's 3:47 in the morning. I say, Stedman, oh, my God, something's going on. We get up, and he says, well, can't do anything about that. And I run to the front, and I see that it is actually there was some gas fire, something that exploded, so that at least explained what was going on. And at the same time, I didn't know that the mudslides were occurring. The next day, everybody was saying to me, how's your property? I'm looking out the front window. I think everything's fine, everything's fine. And it wasn't until I, put my boots on and went outside walking and I realized everything wasn't indeed fine. All of my neighbors' homes are like gutted. I walked out back, where we share a fence line, and the neighbors out back, their houses are gone, just gone. But we're going to do what we do. We're going to come together, and we're going to do what great Americans do all the time. We're going to help each other.
Yes.
We're going to help each other out wherever
Yes, we
needed.
are. I love you, Oprah. Thank you so much.
Okay. Don't wish anything bad on anyone.
Yeah, Montecito is right. It's adjacent to Santa Barbara, so that would be a big Got Rocks area there.
Yeah. Lindsay Lohan strutting her little wallet around on the Wendy Williams show. It's going to be on today's edition. And in a preview, she talks about some crazy project where she might design her own island in Dubai.
I have my club, too, in Athens, and then we're opening one in Mykonos.
Excuse me.
I figured I've gone to enough. I should have my own.
Wow, a club.
Yeah, it's called Lohan Nightclub. In Mykonos, we'll do this summer, but that's exciting to me, and I'm discussing designing an island in Dubai at the World Islands. So I have a lot of little projects there because I like to keep myself busy. So when I finish filming Sick Note, then I can go back to Dubai, start the lipstick, discuss that, and then design this island, Lohan Island. I'm like I'm out trumping Trump with the name Lohan.
Where's the Twilight music when I need it? Moving on from the ultra rich, Megyn Kelly. I don't know, she's knocking down $20 million a year. I was talking to the fat mom, Maria King, on her show yesterday, and she said some women actually want to be fat shamed because it motivates them. This from Megyn.
I am not an accountability coach, but if you go to my Facebook page, I'm in your face kind of every day. Like, if I'm working out, you can work out too.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
You should parlay the shaming thing into a professional business.
Well, you know
because some of us want to be shamed. When I was in law school and I was gaining weight, I said to my stepfather, if you see me go to that kitchen one more time, you say, where are you going, fat right? And it works.
Well, you know, my husband does that to me all the time. I tell him my goals, and, you know, if it's early in the morning and he sees I'm still in bed, he's like, what are you doing in here?
Mm-hmm. So, see, you know, if my husband did that, there would be retribution later.
All right, and I don't know why Tanya Harding's all of a sudden popping up. She just had a movie out called I, Tanya. Now she's got a Truth and Lies, the Tanya Harding story, coming out on one of the networks, ABC, in fact. It aired last night. Anyway, Tanya talks in her documentary about how she was abused by her mom as a child.
When I was young, I remember she drugged me into the bathroom.
I saw her hitting Tanya with a hairbrush.
What had you done that made your mom go off on you with a hairbrush?
Oh, I wasn't landing my jumps perfect. That was it. That's it.
That's why you got beaten.
Yes. And she did it on a regular basis. I don't think that there was more than one day a week, sometimes, that I didn't get beaten.
One of the most controversial.
Okay, enough about Tanya. Let's move on. Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert, who looks down his nose to us as Stephen Colbert, as he changed his name so he can be so snooty. We got to get our hate Trump joke in for the day from the guy who hates Trump the most in America, Stephen Colbert. And here is his latest hate Trump joke.
Donald Trump said that North Korea might be trying to drive a wedge between the U.S. and South Korea, but assured us that I know more about wedges than any human being that's lived. Oh, sir, you are a wedge.
Yep, rolling in the aisle. Thank you, Stephen Colbert, for your hate Trump joke of the day. All right, 7:55. It was on this day, way back when, in, let's see. Well, we got to get the weekend stuff out of my way. This is the 12th, right. 108 years ago, in 1910, a couple from China became the youngest parents in history. The dad was 9 and the mother was 8 years old. 103 years ago, in 1915, the U.S. House of Representatives rightly rejected a proposal to give women the right to vote. Yeah. Anyway, we corrected that eventually, didn't we? Called the, what was it, which amendment was it? 19th Amendment, I believe it was. Suffrage. 58 years ago, in 1960, Smell-O-Vision debuted. What is Smell-O-Vision, you ask? Well, the brilliant Michael Todd Jr. treated viewers to his film, A Scent of Mystery, such as odors of garlic and tobacco were piped into the theater as they appeared on the screen.
You called it 19th
Amendment. Yep. 52 years ago, in 1966, the one true Batman, Adam West, first donned his tight gray leotards. When Batman premiered on ABC, Burt Ward played Robin, the Wonder Boy, and the Cape Crusaders fought crime for 3 serious seasons. And 47 years ago, in 1971, All in the Family premiered on CBS. Celebrating birthdays today, let's see. Country singer Keith Anderson is 50 years old today. Rob Zombie, 53, the aging rock star. Oliver Pratt, 58, chief of psychiatry on NBC's Chicago Med. Howard Stern, 64 years old today. Country singer Ricky Van Shelton, 66. I got to meet him. Very nice guy. Christy Alley is 67. Rush Limbaugh, yes, the godfather of talk radio, 67 years old today. The Amazing Kreskin, the psychic entertainer, 83 years old today. Joe Frazier, the boxer, who passed away in 2011, born on this day in 1944. Ray Price, born on this day in 1926, died in 2013. And Jack London, the genius author of The Call of the Wild, born on this day in 1876, died in 1916. All right, those are your birthdays today. Today's a possible question. Get it up here. Let's see. Study conducted recently shows that half of us do not really want to do this when we're at home. What is it?
Email.
No, this is a physical action in your home.
Don't want to do this. Dishes.
Well, that'd be an obvious guess, but incorrect. Is answer the door. All right, number one, standing by with your full forecast. That's next. We'll follow it up with your news. It is 8 o'clock.
Well, after that long, intense spell of cold weather, it was nice to get a bit of a break over the last few days, but 2 more shots of cold air on the way. The first one begins arriving later tonight. For today, cloudy, breezy, very mild, the high 70 to 75, and not that much in the way of shower activity, I don't think, during the daylight hours, and then a big increase in the amount of showers and thunderstorms this evening with the passage of the front, and then breezy, much colder overnight, lows in the low to mid-50s, and tomorrow mostly cloudy with temperatures steady or slowly falling. I'm Greg Fischel in the Weather Center.
97.3 FM and 990 AM. WPDB Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen. And on the web at talk973.com.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump denies using a particular offensive word in describing Haiti and some African countries. The president this morning tweets, "This was not the language used." The White House, responding to criticism of Mr. Trump, says that while certain politicians choose to fight for foreign countries, President Trump will always fight for the American people. And when it comes to an agreement on immigrants who are brought to the U.S. illegally as children,
there has not been a deal reached yet. However, we still think we can get there, and we're very focused on trying to make sure that that happens.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders saying a DACA deal fashioned by 3 Republican and 3 Democrat senators doesn't pass muster. The president is canceling his upcoming trip to London.
In a late-night tweet, the president says the trip is off because he isn't a big fan of the Obama administration, having sold what he says is perhaps the best located and finest embassy in London for peanuts, only to build a new one in an off location for $1.2 billion. Bad deal.
Correspondent Matt Small. 43 people still unaccounted for following flooding and mudslides in Santa Barbara County, California.
Right now, our main concern, our main focus is search and rescue. So we're searching the residents that have been damaged or destroyed for the mudslides. Also to confirm if there are people who are still trapped needing evacuation.
CAL FIRE's David Clark says the death toll remains at 17, the oldest victim 89, the youngest 3 years old. General Motors is working on the first mass production autonomous vehicle without a steering wheel or pedals. GM seeking federal approval to put those vehicles on the road next year without any human backup driver. Dow futures are up 96 points. S&P futures 4 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Amazing to realize, but you know, it's been almost 2 years I've been talking with you about Relief Factor, and I can tell you I've been continually inundated with testimonials. If you're struggling with ongoing back or neck pain, shoulder, hip, or knee pain, or general muscle pain, pains of any kind, do what tens of thousands of others have done so successfully. Go to ReliefFactor.com and order their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. 1-800-500-8384. That's 1-800-500-8384.
If you're a small business, first impressions can make all the difference. With Grasshopper, you get all the features of a professional business phone system on your mobile phone. Choose a business phone number, make calls, and send texts. Stay connected and work from anywhere with features like Wi-Fi calling and our desktop app. Set up your account in minutes with no long-term contracts and 24/7 customer support. Make your small business big. Now get $20 off your first month when you visit grasshopper.com/radio. That's grasshopper.com/radio.
Japan will be tightening up one of the world's toughest refugee systems by restricting claimants' right to work.
Previously, everyone claiming refugee status in Japan could be employed while waiting for a decision on their application. But the Japanese authorities say this has led to an increase in the number of claimants, saying many people file applications simply to gain the right to work. From Monday, only those with a high chance of being approved will be able to look for a job. Tokyo has faced international criticism for refusing to take more refugees. In 2016, there were nearly 11,000 applicants, but only 28 approvals.
The BBC's Michael Bristow. Sri Lanka has revoked a 38-year ban on selling alcohol to women and employing them in places where the drinks are produced and sold. The government says that revoking the ban will restore gender equality and promote tourism. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. The IRS introducing new tax tables based on changes from the newly passed tax overhaul.
Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin says the tax table will help people comprehend the first major rewrite of the tax code in 3 decades.
We're estimating that 90% of the workers are going to see an increase in take-home pay.
The IRS also plans to release a new tax withholding calculator on its website next month.
This will help provide individuals with certainty so that they are neither over-withheld or under-withheld and can plan their financial decisions.
The new law is complicated. Reduced tax rates will not necessarily mean a lower tax bill. There are new limitations on some long-cherished deductions. Ed Donahue, Washington.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel's conservatives and the center-left Social Democrats have taken a big step toward forming a new government. They have now sealed a preliminary agreement. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You already know about Little Dino's great subs, but did you know they make some of the very best pizza as well? But if subs are your preference, then you won't find more choices anywhere else. That's why Little Dino's motto is, more choices, more flavor. And it's true. At Little Dino's, you'll always eat fresh. But unlike some national chains, their staff isn't fresh. So get off the chain gang and come into Little Dino's for more choices, more flavor, and friendly service. Little Dino's, located in Olmsted Village Shopping Center, off 211 in Pinehurst.
This is Bob Bonville at Griswold Home Care of Pinehurst, and this is Linda.
It's so frustrating not to be able to pick up the phone and call somebody that can say, yes, we can help you. It's great to have Griswold Home Care to help you with the things you need. I'll pick up the phone and say, hey, I need help. And Griswold Home Care says, okay, what can I do for you?
Call me, Bob Bonville, at Griswold Home Care of Pinehurst, 910-420-2360. That's 910-420-2360. We've been keeping the heart at home since 1982.
Building a new home or thinking about changing your existing flooring? Shop and save today during Aberdeen Carpet's winter sale. Aberdeen Carpet has what you're looking for in all your flooring needs. Hardwood, carpet, laminate, ceramic tile, and the newest trend of easy-to-install luxury vinyl plank flooring. They have the largest selection in the area, guaranteed installation, free estimates, and financing is available. Aberdeen Carpet on Highway 5 in Aberdeen near Habitat for Humanity. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 4. Call 910-944-6204.
I'm an official sounding scientist, and I'm here for a comfort experiment. We're going to recreate the way your home heating system works in your car. Crank up your heat. Blast it at your face. Starting to break a sweat? This is central heating. A Mitsubishi Electric Zone comfort solution with hyperheating allows you to get just the right amount of heat exactly where you need it. Fast. No cold drafts. It's comfort made personal. This concludes our little comfort experiment.
Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. 235-0606.
At First Bank, North Carolina's largest independent community bank, we know you have dreams for yourself, your family, your community. The local teams at First Bank believe in your dreams, and we're on a mission to make the impossible possible. Enter our Dream It, Do It contest, and you could win up to $25,000 to make your dreams come true. For contest rules and details, go online to localfirstbank.com/dreamitdoit or see the ads in the Pilot and local magazines.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. Charlotte Mecklenburg police say a suspect in a West Charlotte homicide is dead after ambushing several officers outside headquarters last night. Investigators say one of the officers was shot in the leg during the incident outside the law enforcement center. This Charlotte police officer tells WCNC News Jonathan Bennett was being sought in the shooting death of Brittany White.
We believe this to be a senseless act of domestic violence.
The White House doesn't deny that President Trump used a vulgar expletive to describe Haiti, El Salvador, and African nations when he asked a bipartisan group of lawmakers why the U.S. would want to take in more immigrants from those countries rather than places like Norway. Republican Florida Congresswoman Ileana Rosen-Lintinen says that the statement is reprehensible and racist.
You have the President of the United States of America saying, why do we want people from whole countries? I feel terrible even using this phrase, but that's the language he uses in front of lawmakers.
President Trump has canceled his planned visit to the United Kingdom in February when he was expected to open a new American embassy in London. Drew Lickerman, a spokesman for Republicans overseas, UK, thinks Mr. Trump made the right decision because it was clear he wouldn't be welcome there.
Members of Parliament, Conservative and Labour, and the Mayor of London speaking out against him coming.
Health officials in North Carolina report 4 new flu deaths while a school canceled classes near Charlotte for the rest of the week, and hospitals around the state placed restrictions on visitors because of the outbreak. For the year, 26 people have died so far from the flu in North Carolina. The National Weather Service has issued a flood watch for parts of the North Carolina mountains through 7 p.m. today. Affected areas include Henderson, Macon, southern Jackson, and Transylvania counties. Powerful cold front is moving toward the Tar Heel State. Rainfall amounts as high as 4 inches are expected. You're listening to NCN News.
Do you want the latest insider news and information for your favorite college sports team? Subscribe now to the ACC Sports Journal magazines. Our ACC Sports Journal magazines are filled with extensive detail on each team for football, basketball, and recruiting. It's a must-buy for every fan of the Tar Heels, Blue Devils, Wolfpack, Demon Deacons, and the rest of the ACC. Subscribe now and save 40% off the cover price. That's a full year's subscription for just $24. Be sure to subscribe now to receive our 2018 ACC Basketball Recruiting Guide. As a subscriber, you'll get your copy before it hits the newsstands. Ordering is fast and easy too. Just go to ACCsports.com right now and click on the big yellow Subscribe Now button. Don't miss out on this offer. Go to ACCsports.com now and click on the Subscribe Now button.
Environmental advocates and families impacted by coal ash from power plants joined together to mark 1,000 days since they have to use bottled water since the discovery of hazards from pits from Duke Energy power plants. At a legislative building news conference in Raleigh yesterday, Bobby Jones of Goldsboro says the time for action is now.
It takes more than some pretty words and a piece of legislation. It takes some funding to change what has happened to our community.
Puerto Rico's governor is in Central Florida to speak with residents who fled after Hurricane Maria. CBS News correspondent Peter King has more from Orlando.
Governor Ricardo Rossello's town hall meeting is happening in Kissimmee. Its large Puerto Rican population has gotten much bigger since Hurricane Maria. There's also a political component to this. In the Orlando Sentinel, Governor Rossello writes that much of Congress has abandoned the island, and with more than 1 million Puerto Ricans living here in Florida, he says, quote, "It's time we teach them that this willful neglect is a grave miscalculation." Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
North Carolina state employees are remembering the legacy of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. with an annual service featuring music and addresses by Governor Roy Cooper and ministers. The King Day State Worker Observance Program set for midday today at a downtown Raleigh church. A TV star gets a thumbs up on her road to recovery.
A big congrats to Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
On her final day of chemotherapy, the actress' sons, 25-year-old Henry and 20-year-old Charlie Hall, danced to Michael Jackson's Beat It in an Instagram post. Louis Dreyfus caption, "Pretty swell, right? Ain't they sweet?" The 56-year-old Veep star will film the final season of her HBO show once she regains her strength. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in September. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel much like winter out there this morning, and it's going to be a warm day with temperatures getting up into the low and mid-70s in many areas, and not that much in the way of shower activity until we get toward the late afternoon and more likely after dark. High temperature today, 70 to 75. It'll be breezy. Showers and thunderstorms very likely for a period this evening, and then breezy, much colder overnight, lows in the low to mid-50s. And Saturday, mostly cloudy, much colder, and temperatures steady or slowly falling into the mid-40s to near 50. I'm Greg Fischel in the Weather Center.
Right now, it's mostly cloudy, 67 degrees, humidity 97%, dew point 66, pressure 2991, wind south at 10, and visibility is at 10 statute miles. It is 8:12. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. A motor vehicle accident caused an ambulance to overturn Thursday in West End. The wreck happened at 8:15 in the evening near the intersection of 211 and Juniper Lake Road. 2 paramedics were reportedly injured when a First Health ambulance collided with a car on a drizzly road in the rain. The ambulance was not carrying a patient when the accident happened, no other injuries were reported in connection with the wreck. Multiple fire departments and law enforcement agencies responded to the incident. Information about the incident of the paramedics' injuries was not yet immediately available. Authorities did not announce the official cause of the accident. And deputies arrested Stephanie Ann Geist of Pinehurst for obtaining controlled substances by withholding information from healthcare providers, trafficking opioids, and other drug-related charges. During the investigation, deputies discovered she illegally filled 29 different prescriptions from 8 different healthcare providers. These 29 prescriptions provided Geist prescriptions from 8 different healthcare providers with 1,170 doses of hydrocodone, 210 doses of oxycodone, as well as fentanyl and other barbiturates. Hydrocodone and the like are Schedule 3 narcotics. She was arrested, placed in the detention center under a $5,000 secured bond. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes the latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM. WEEB is 816.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. NC State at home last night. They beat number 19 Clemson 78-77 for their second home win over a top 25 team in 6 nights. Coach Kevin Keats after the nail-biting final.
I know the biggest question that everybody has had coming into the game is, could NC State win another good game after coming off a big game against Duke? And I thought our guys were tremendous. We played with great effort. We shared the basketball as I like. Amir Uric-7 was unbelievable. It was great. He scored the ball inside and out.
Uric-7 scored a career-high 29 points to lead the Wolfpack, who nearly blew all of a 12-point lead with less than a minute and a half remaining, but they held on after Gabe DeVoe missed the third of 3 free throws with 0.2 seconds left. That would have forced overtime. Other North Carolina programs in play last night. UNC Wilmington got past Elon in overtime, 80-78. East Tennessee topped UNC Greensboro. Georgia State was all over App State, 71-58, and Marshall edged Charlotte, 91-83. Wichita State, they dismantled ECU, 95-60. Pirates head coach Mike Perry after the game.
That's a really good basketball team, and we competed with them. Guys found a way to score, which is very difficult against that team. They were the best in the country defensively. But I was really proud of their effort to continue to fight and compete throughout the entire game.
On the ice, Victor Rask broke a tie on a delayed penalty in the third period, and the Hurricanes hung on to beat the Caps in D.C. 3-1 just hours after the league announced the sale of the team to Tom Dundon was finalized. The Dallas billionaire purchased a majority 60% 61% share from Peter Karmanos. And this afternoon, Dundon, Karmanos, and NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman will hold a news conference in Raleigh to talk about the next steps for the team. Meanwhile, Canes on the ice tonight at home. They're hosting Washington for the bookend of a home-and-home series with the Caps. This is NCN Sports.
It feels like you're frozen, petrified. You're struggling with your mortgage payments. The bills begin to pile up. Not knowing what to do, you do nothing at all. And that's the worst thing you can do. Because if you take action, if you do something about your mortgage problems, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov and do something about your mortgage problems. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Alabama is losing 4 more underclassmen to the NFL draft, including All-America safety Minka Fitzpatrick. Safety Ronnie Harrison and tailback Bo Scarborough have announced they're also skipping their senior seasons, while Crimson Tide coach Nick Saban says defensive tackle Deron Payne is also entering the draft. Top-ranked Rafael Nadal and defending champion Roger Federer have been seeded first and second for the Australia Open, setting up what could be a rematch of last year's semifinal. In the women's draw, Simona Halep is number 1, followed by Carolina Wozniacki and Garbine Muguruza. Zach Johnson and Chris Kirk are the co-leaders through round 1 of the PGA's Sony Open at Honolulu. Both played bogey-free golf in the first round, firing a 7-under 63 yesterday, putting them 1 shot ahead of 4 other players. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
If you're like me, you have to be diligent about watching your weight every single day. Despite how well you watch your weight, the one barrier that's always standing in your way is the belly fat you just can't seem to get rid of. Despite your best efforts, it's always there. Well, now there is a way to get your body to release the fat stored in those belly or thigh fat cells. It's the Ultra Slim Fat Melting Method, a non-invasive, non-surgical body sculpting treatment. This is a light therapy treatment, and the best part is you're guaranteed to lose 2 inches in your waist, hip, or thighs in a 32-minute treatment. I know it works because I've done it. What have you got to lose besides those 2 stubborn inches? Dr. Sharon Wright with Wright Chiropractic in 7 Lakes can give you all the details. Why not set up an appointment by calling her at 673-2225. That's 673-2225, and tell her Steve sent you. And finally say goodbye to your stubborn belly fat.
I'm John Zumwalt, and I wanted to take a minute and tell you why I'm supporting Steve Adams for sheriff. The following are my words, not Steve's, not anyone else's. Our current sheriff has to go. We cannot continue with him at the helm. It's my personal belief that he may be the worst sheriff this county has ever seen. Oh, he's a charmer. He can shake your hand and talk to you, and if you know nothing about him, you'll want to re-elect him. Don't be fooled like I was at first. Talk to current and past deputies, if they trust you enough to talk to you. There's an air of fear in the department, and these folks need to keep their jobs. Steve Adams is the only reason we knew anything about the scandal involving the sheriff's son. Now, maybe you got tired of hearing about it, but it would have been hushed up and it would have gone away if Steve hadn't uncovered it with the help of some of the good and honest deputies within the department. It took courage for Steve to stand up to the sheriff, literally one man against the department. The sheriff was supported by a couple of deputies who continued to lie for him. Oh, and if you're not lying, gentlemen, sue me. I'd love to get you in court. I have a lot of reasons why I'm supporting Steve, and I plan to share them with you over the next few weeks. Meanwhile, whether you plan to vote for him or not, please sign the petition and get him on the ballot. He's running as an unaffiliated candidate, and it requires your signature just to get him qualified to run. No, it doesn't seem fair, but that's the law. So I hope you'll join all those who've already signed and support Steve. I'll have more to say about this later, a lot more.
To sign the petition, go to adamsforsheriff.com. Paid for by Adams for Sheriff. You already know about Little Dino's great subs, but did you know they make some of the very best pizza as well? But if subs are your preference, then you won't find more choices anywhere else. That's why Little Dino's motto is, more choices, more flavor. And it's true. At Little Dino's, you'll always eat fresh. But unlike some national chains, their staff isn't fresh. So get off the chain gang and come into Little Dino's for more choices, more flavor, and friendly service. Little Dino's, located in Olmsted Village Shopping Center off 211 in Pinehurst.
Poor vision robs you of your independence and quality of life. But Dr. Barry Cavanaugh at Seven Lakes Eye Care can help you. He provides full-spectrum optometric care that includes diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases and conditions such as injuries, cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, and dry eyes. Dr. Cavanaugh will take the time to actually learn about you and conduct a thorough examination using state-of-the-art equipment not available in chain stores. The optical dispensary has quality, guaranteed glasses, and Seven Lakes Eye Care accepts major medical plans, including Medicare, Medicare Advantage, TRICARE, and Blue Cross. From parking near the door to the caring and attentive staff, your visits will be comfortable, personal, and ensure maximum eye health. They're located on Seven Lakes Drive near Highway 211 across from the Food Lion. Call 673-3937 or Google Seven Lakes Eye Care.
I've got my eyes on you.
Nights, weekend, and holidays. You know plumbing problems never seem to take time off. And always, they seem to crop up at the worst possible times. And unfortunately, they can't wait hours on end for a solution. The Plumbing Night to the rescue. The Plumbing Night, of course, doesn't take time off either, because service is the lifeblood of their organization. Make the Plumbing Night your plumbing service partner and protector. Hopefully, it won't be an emergency when you call, but they're prepared to help if it is. And they won't take an arm and a leg just because it happened at an inconvenient time. Now that's a plumbing knight in shining armor, if you ask me. Check them out on the web at theplumbingknight.com or call them 639-5555. That's an easy number. Write it down. 639-5555. Again, that's 639-5555, day or night.
Building a new home or thinking about changing your existing flooring? Shop and save today during Aberdeen Carpet's winter sale. Aberdeen Carpet has what you're looking for in all your flooring needs. Hardwood, carpet, laminate, ceramic tile, and the newest trend of easy-to-install luxury vinyl plank flooring. They have the largest selection in the area, guaranteed installation, free estimates, and financing is available. Aberdeen Carpet on Highway 5 in Aberdeen near Habitat for Humanity. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 4. Call 910-944-6204.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Every once in a while, I think to myself, maybe I'm being a little bit unreasonable about partisan politics. And then I'm reminded of why I'm so convinced we have incompetence running our state. A few days ago, the attempt by our legislators to redraw our voting districts once again has been shut down. The court has determined that the people we voted for are attempting to redraw the districts so that Republicans will have an advantage during the elections. Now, Republicans will tell you the Democrats did the same thing when they were in power, and they did. But since when is that an excuse? What are you, 6 years old? Have any of our legislators ever heard of do a good job, we'll reelect you? Are they so pathetic they have to draw lines so that voters have no choice but to vote for them? I'm dead serious about this. It's time Republicans and Democrats are put in their place. They should not be allowed to dictate to us who we have to vote for. If you're a Republican, you have to vote for their candidate. Same with Democrats, and there's only one way to stop this foolishness. Switch to unaffiliated. You can vote for anyone you like. You're not bound by their self-serving gerrymandering. James Madison warned us against a government that uses gerrymandering to insulate themselves from being kicked out of office. It's been going on for 30 years. We ought to be tired of it by now. I want to talk more about this tomorrow on the Zumwalt Zone.
Well, after that long, intense spell of cold weather, it was nice to get a bit of a break over the last few days, but 2 more shots of cold air on the way. The first one begins arriving later tonight. For today, cloudy, breezy, very mild, the high 70 to 75, and not that much in the way of shower activity, I don't think, during the daylight hours, and then a big increase in the amount of showers and thunderstorms this evening with the passage of the front, and then breezy, much colder overnight, lows in the low to mid-50s, and tomorrow mostly cloudy with temperatures steady or slowly falling. I'm Greg Fischel in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' number one morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
President Trump will get his first presidential physical at Walter Reed National Medical Center.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
This week's Friday will be 37% Fridayer than last week.
I'm going home to live my creepy, pathetic life.
You've been working hard all week.
When you get home from a long day, you need time to put your feet up.
Take a break.
While I'm gone, don't go snooping around in our stuff.
That's my personal information, and you have no right to know about it.
I just want to understand the operation so I can contribute right away.
Showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB, and welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams.
And I'm Matt Horsey, the LeaderMan's woebegone sidekick. Text me your thoughts, corrections, tips, opinions at 690-0116. 690-0116.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available to you at talk973.com. Links right there at the top middle of the page. If you're on a mobile device, YouTube app, put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search. If you just need audio, get that with the TuneIn app.